Hello there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to their Minecraft Let's Play, episode 56, I believe. I'm your host, Dr. Sheep. Today, we're going to continue to mine more sandstone. Wow, my inventory is full of sandstone, so we better go dump it. It's 9 o'clock at night. That's typically not that big of a deal, like 9 o'clock at night. Like, obviously, it's 9 o'clock at night. That's pretty normal for me, right? You know. Except for the fact that I have to drive an hour to my orientation for my new job. It's not directly my new job, it's just the orientation. I thought about staying down there pretty late, except, well, there's going to be class, because, like, where it is, 20 minutes away is a class 3. I'm like, oh, but class 3 on the Bortle scale. I'm talking about stargazing. Most of the stuff I'm going to be talking about anymore is going to be about stargazing. That's just because that's what Phil and I are really into right now. Specifically what I'm into at the moment. It's because of Phil. Phil's been... Yeah, so basically Phil and I right now are planning a trip out west again. Unlike last time where we went to see corners, this time... I don't even have a spot for sand. How do I not... Guess there, I guess. How do I not have a spot for sand? Anyways, so as you guys know, Phil and I went out west this spring. We wanted to see the corners. We never did, so we just did some sightseeing out west. However... Phil had been talking about all summer going to see the Milky Way, specifically the Galactic Center. There is a new moon coming up on September 4th, which is like right at the end, right before Sagittarius, which is the constellation Sagittarius, which is right next to the Galactic Center, will be setting soon. You get like one more shot in like October, but that's it. And then you don't see it again until April or May. So we want to go out there and we want to look at Sagittarius, the Galactic Centers, not just Sagittarius. So anyways, but I've just been wanting to like get more acquainted with the stars. It's been a long time since I did a lot of stargazing. In high school, I had memorized, well, the spring sky specifically, actually. Yeah, I got really good at the spring sky. Orion, Gemini. I was, those were, because like every morning, those were up. When I got up in the morning, those were up. When I was getting up in the spring, and so I'd go for a walk, and I would also then go and memorize stars while I went for my walk in the morning back in high school. I was trying to lose weight, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Anyways, so yeah, I was constantly looking at Orion every morning. And so I'm really good with Orion and Gemini and those specific ones, but I'm not good with summer constellations, funny enough, because typically in the summer, I guess I just never have the time to go stargazing. Even though it's the nicest time to go stargazing, I'm never out there. Specifically because, well, it's really humid and the bugs are out. And it's typically fall and spring are usually the best times to go, except spring, you get snow, and that's never fun. The fall literally is the best time to go stargazing, except there's really nothing up in the fall. Nothing I want to see anyways. Because galaxies are in the winter. Not that I've ever had a telescope that I could use to look at galaxies. I do have one I could probably use. Maybe. They just be little smudges because they're not... You need like 2,000 millimeters to get a good view. At least that's the impression I'm under when I'm watching this YouTuber talk about it. I don't know if that's true. I really wish if they ever do, like, they're going to add like another dimension or whatever, when they do that, because they are talking about maybe an ether, I hope that they actually go and improve the stars. Add like constellations and stuff. Or like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me that I would like to see an improvement in the stars. I guess I could theoretically install a texture pack that makes the stars more realistic. And so that I could get, I guess, like binary star systems, little planets to look at. Currently, you're kind of stuck with, well, now that you have the spyglass, you could certainly do it. Because now you have a native zoom thing. And if you, I guess, you pretty much just have to mod at that point. It's not just a texture pack anymore, it's more of a mod, because, like, obviously, the spyglass probably doesn't zoom in as much as one might like for, using it as a telescope. They should add tripods for it. Yeah, that'd be really nice. That would be so cool. It'd be such a cool decorative add-on if you could, like, put it on a tripod and you could, like, leave it there. That'd be such a cool thing. Cause, like, honestly, that'd be like, everybody would add that to their houses. Well, if you can get your hands on amethyst, which the fact that you use amethyst in the spyglass is kind of like, I guess it's the way of nerfing the spyglass, but at the same time, that doesn't make any sense logically to me, anyways, because it's amethyst. Amethyst, as far as I'm aware, is not known for being clear. It's known for having that purple hue to it, which is why everybody likes amethyst geodes, because, like, it's purple. Purple's not something you just normally see in nature. Now here you are, this rock with these purple crystals on the inside. So, what? That's kind of where I'm at. Oh, that rabbit did die. He jumped off. Oh my god. The rabbit, when we were running back, I heard a rabbit scream, and I thought it was just him just being a rabbit. No, he died. I guess I'll take that rabbit hide, honestly. You don't get rabbit hide very often. And actually, I'll need it for the bundles. Not that I'll ever really use the bundles. Actually, I probably would use the bundles, honestly. Because my inventory does build, like, again, there's just a random piece of rabbit hide in my inventory now. There's also, like, I could put, oh, you can't, can you put bucket? You can't put a bucket in there. Yeah, that'd be overpowered if you could put a bucket. But, like, actually my inventory is really clean right now. I guess the rabbit hide and the coal would be two things that would go in there. But otherwise, my inventory is actually pretty clean. Usually, it's full of junk. Guess I did some nice cleaning last time I played. I didn't even remember what I was supposed to be doing. I remembered I was supposed to grind something. I just didn't know what I was supposed to grind. Then as soon as I logged on, I was like, oh, it was sandstone. Whoops. Yeah. Oh, my setup, I finally have it fixed. I had to cut some holes in my table, but actually I drilled them, but I then tore the plastic. But it's working now. I don't want to talk about it. That's something that caused me an unnecessary amount of stress for no reason. So I don't want to talk about it. My sense is a pain in the butt. It's like, I've got ADD, so like, when I like to mine, I like to just mine in straight lines. Sandstone is so sporadic with its placement. It's like, where do I go? I could mine sand. Like, once I run out of sandstone, I will probably mine sand to get it. Actually, I don't know. How much smooth sandstone do you get from sandstone? That's an important question. Because this might be like, especially if you have to mine sand, especially if I end up having to mine sand for it. This might be a reduction of a reduction of a reduction. A reduction of a reduction. Which means you're going to need so much material just to build a few blocks. Because obviously the sandstone is 4 times denser, I would assume. I'm assuming 4 sand makes 1 sandstone block. So it's 4 times denser. Yay. Actually, what do you get when you heat sandstone? Is that what you get? Is that how you get smooth sandstone? I thought it was the cutter. That makes sense. Because you'd be turning it into more of a metamorphic rock. You're not applying any pressure, but you are... Oh, raw iron. I guess I hadn't collected raw iron before. Why did I should have used Silk Touch on that. I'm an idiot because I don't have Fortune. Yeah, that's an overpowered thing now. Fortune Iron. I mean, people have been wanting that for a long time. Actually, can't you make the raw iron blocks? I thought you could make a block of raw iron. I thought that was a thing. Oh, I'm not in the crafting table. I bet if it was in the crafting table you could. Right? You can make raw iron blocks, can't you? Am I remembering that incorrectly? They're kind of ugly, just like the raw gold blocks. They're kind of ugly. No one's ever gonna. They're like new baked beans. I don't know. I thought you could. Maybe you can't. I don't know. Wow, this is the worst mining ever. This is how you... I'm sorry if I'm giving anybody vertigo. Because I would hate this. This is terrible. What do you mean I would hate this? I do hate this. It's trippy now that the camera's right in front of me. I'm just not used to it. Sorry if I'm kind of quiet. I am in an apartment now. Not that anybody's actually... There are people below me. That's the main reason I don't want to scream and shout and let it all out. Say, oh, and everybody's got work in the morning, so I obviously don't want to be that guy. I have work in the morning. And I don't want to be up. Oh, man. I guess I'm going to have to get up at like 5:30. Is that a logical time? I think that's a logical time. So it takes an hour to get there. I need to be there at 7:45. At least I think I do. I should probably read that email. Oh my god. I'll definitely have to read that before. Because, like, what if it's like 9? Or, like, what if it's later? What if it's like, oh, you don't need to be there till like 3 in the afternoon or something stupid? I'm kidding. I'm sure it's a full work day. I don't know why they'd have you work a partial work day. That'd be kind of ridiculous. But yeah, so like, it's kind of crazy. So this where I'm going to is this sketchy building. Like, I figured it'd be like their main headquarters or whatever. No, it's literally just where their HR is. So it's this tiny building. All that's there is a gas and diesel pump. In this small town, which is why there's like 20 minutes away is a class 3 on the Bortle scale for stargazing, which is why I was like, oh, maybe I should stay there. But then I just stay a little later, wait for it to get dark. However, the moon is just, it's no. The moon is a no. Right now, the forecast is looking pretty bad for our out west. It's partly cloudy, so it's not like it's a full overcast, but it's not going to be good. Looks like if there's any clouds overhead or in the southern sky, it's going to be disappointing. Like, it's still going to be so cool because, like, with the little patches there, like the few patches you're gonna see through the clouds are gonna be, you're still gonna see more stars through those little patches than you've probably ever seen in your entire life. So this YouTuber I was watching is like, yeah, I drove like an hour to get to this class 4. I'm like, you drove an hour to a class 4? Bro, that's not even... Well, okay. I guess the one place he went to was like he's like, it's borderline a 3. It's pretty close to a 3 and not really a 4. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's a little more worth it. Because Phil and I have drove an hour to a class 3. But, like, my dad's place is, like, a kind of a... So, okay, here's how the Bordeaux class works. The lower the number, the darker it is. Bordeaux class 1 is as dark as it gets. There's... Alright, so... That's as dark as it gets. Oh, God, I gotta get out of here. So... Yeah, so Bordeaux class 1 is as dark as it gets. It's dark. There's no light pollution whatsoever. There's no sources of lights. The only light is the light from above. So that's a Bordeaux class 3. Class 1. Class 2, so like basically the real difference is that, so class 2, there is some light pollution, but you can see stars all the way to the horizon. And the Milky Way overhead isn't as defined. You've lost some sharpness and definition in it. Bordeaux class 3 is, you're still supposed to be able to see stars all the way to the horizon, although from personal experience, at least the class 3 that we saw that day, if it really was a true class 3, you never know. That we couldn't see stars all the way to the horizon. Now, it was pretty. Now, yes, there is a haze because it is the spring. It is the summer here in Nebraska, so there is humidity, and sadly, there are a bunch of fires this year, so it's not as clear as it could be. That is something that I'm hoping next summer is a lot better at. Less wildfires, less haze. That's what I'm hoping for. That's all I really want. Like, wildfires are already like really bad, so like obviously you don't want them to happen, but you don't want them to happen in general. Actually, I need a new pickaxe. What time are we at? 18 minutes. So obviously you don't want them to happen at all. But specifically, I would like them to not happen next summer, so that I can go look at stars and stuff. They're not. Again, though, I could go in the winter. That's not a problem. My biggest gripe with going to winter is specifically going out to places is kind of difficult. Because it's just, the roads just aren't good, you know. I'm always worried the roads are going to be bad, or I forgot I went and got the dragon egg back. I don't remember doing that. When did I do that? I don't ever remember going and get the dragon egg. Whatever. I need a new pickaxe. So, emeralds, and there's iron in there for me to trade with. Yeah, so what was I talking about? So in the winter, the cold isn't doesn't bother me that much. It can if it's really cold. And more than likely where we're going, we're trying to get out of the wind anyways. We're not trying to get out of the wind. We're trying to get out in the open as much as possible. So, so you're literally trying to make it as cold. You're basically going to the coldest place possible. so that you know, so that you have the best view of the night sky. And that, well, in the winter, that's not fun. Right, I'm looking for just the regular efficiency 2 pickaxe. There it is. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, the way I trade every time. If I just grab 2, I should grab more iron. Instead of just 2 stacks, I should grab like 3. Then I could stop ending on 7 emeralds. So anyways, right, so yeah, just driving out to a Bortle class, driving out to these better places, yeah, it's awesome. You get a really cool spot, a really cool site, but like you're also going and trying to do the coldest place possible because you're trying to get out in the open. I honestly, so you know what's funny actually? Phil and I's favorite spot to go to right now is actually really close to where the water bottle and Davis and Fro and I went to see this solar eclipse. Wow, it was 2 away from breaking. Damn. So yeah, it's really close to that small town we were at out there, which is really cool, honestly. I mean, every time we've gone there, it's been pitch black. Because it's just... that's the thing around here. The forecasts are just... You can't trust them. And honestly, it's always kind of like a spur-of-the-moment thing. It's when you realize, oh, it's clear right now. Let's just go. And that's the annoying part. I'm so torn, right? Part of me is like, I hate living in the city. I hate it. But at the same time, I enjoy it because I don't have to go that far to go to Walmart. Like today, I went to Walmart. You know how long it took me to get to Walmart? 5 minutes. Less if I hit all the lights. Less than that if I hit all the lights. It's if I don't hit a red light. Or if I hit all the lights green, I'm able to immediately turn to the parking lot and find a good parking spot. It just turning to the parking lot. It's 5 minutes. My parents' house, it's 30 minutes. Not 30 minutes, it's 20. It's 20 minutes to go to Walmart. Like, that's not that bad. And, like, my house, which is deeper into town, than where I live now, it was 10, 15 minutes to get to Walmart. That's just because the traffic and stoplights, and you're just going slower. So it's like, I love the fact. So my new house, my new place, I guess, is like honestly about as good as I can ask, because I have immediate access to the interstate. Well, it's not actually. It's not the interstate. It's well. Actually, it is it's effectively the interstate. Anyways, point is, I have immediate access to the interstate. So getting someplace like that, I just drive. I'm looking out my window. I can see the interstate from my office window. So getting places is not getting outside of town is not hard. It won't take long. Going to my dad's house actually takes forever at the moment because the road there to his house is under construction. And it's been under construction for so long. I'm getting really fed up with it. It's like, I just don't want to go to my dad's house. Even though I'd love to just go there and do stargazing and stuff. It's a class it's a high class 4. So it's not great, especially now that I've seen a class 3, like a good class 3. I don't. Actually, it wasn't that great of a class. Now that I've seen a high class 3, I've been a little spoiled. I'd say it's a middle of the road class 3. So like the first class 3 I went to was definitely a like a class. So like it was like a 3 point. Like a 3.8 probably. Let's just assume it's like a 3.8. Okay, this one's like a 3.4, 3.3, something like that. You know, and my dad's house is like a 4.5, right? You know, I'm a little spoiled. You know, so it's a whole border class difference, and boy, did it make a difference. Like, so at my dad's house, you can't see any sort of haze that would indicate, like, oh, that's where the arm of the Milky Way is. No, that's not a thing. Also, the irritating part is you can't even see like the galactic center. You're not looking at the galactic center. Sagittarius. I don't think you can actually ever look at Sagittarius from my dad's house because it's the town that I live in currently. That's smack dab right where it is. So that part of the sky is always very illuminated, which is really irritating. So Sagittarius, yeah. Anyways, right. So there's no indication, no haze. Where we were, there was like obviously it was hazy, but where Sagittarius, but like sorry, not where Sagittarius was, but overhead, you could see an actual haze, and a haze that would indicate, hey, there's a this is the Milky Way. This is the arm of the Milky Way you're looking at here. Obviously, from my dad's house, you're just like, oh, there's a lot of stars right there. That's cool. And that's about it. It actually feels like, you know, you got some pretty good photos just from your dad's house. I don't know if you guys have seen, but my monitor, the background of my computer is one of the photos I've taken right above my dad's house. It's a nice photo. Something I want to do. And so, like, right now, I'm actually slowly compiling a list. I shouldn't say slowly. I'm compiling a list of things I want. And actually, I learned that if Phil and I split a motorized telescope, one that's just a little more powerful than the one that I have at my... oh, damn it. I didn't mean to sleep here. That's just a little more powerful than the one that I currently own. It's going to cost us like $350, $400 each, which is that's pretty cheap for, like, I mean, we're splitting it, so it's like it just makes it seem cheap, but it's not. But it does feel significantly cheaper. So it's like, oh yeah, let's pull the trigger. It does make it feel cheaper, and it's like, oh, let's pull the trigger on it. Phil was like, well, I want to wait another year. I want to get used to using mine. Then we can buy a motorized mount. And I'm like, fair enough. However, I'm gonna buy a motorized mount for my camera, not for a telescope. I could probably use it for a very small telescope, but I can use it for my camera specifically because I was watching this YouTuber that I haven't watched for a long time, but I've started rewatching him. He recommended it, and he did some starscapes, which is kind of what I'm more interested in. Deep sky photography is interesting, and I would like to do that, but it's very expensive and takes a lot of patience that I'm not quite there yet. I don't have that kind of patience, which is why I want a motorized telescope, because I just don't have the patience to dial it in and wait. I just want to do, you know? So, yeah. But I found this one that the guy recommended. I'm going to have to probably get a fifth tripod. I have 4 tripods. I have my big one that I use here in the office. I'll probably just get another one of those, honestly. Maybe, we'll see. I've got the big one that you're gonna see behind me here in the office at some point. I've got 2 Amazon Basics and this one that I couldn't, and this one that was just the Amazon Basics replacement because I couldn't get another Amazon Basics tripod that I'll probably never use. It's at my parents' house, so I don't think I brought it with me. Yeah. Oh, also, I don't know if you noticed, but there's some more stuff in my office, and this is clean now back behind me. I went to my dad's. I went to Phil and Kyle's. I've got basically everything I need except for like lumber and that kind of stuff to make my office the studio eventually. So that's pretty cool. Actually, while just kind of looking at the stuff that's on the floor and stuff, I've got a lot of stuff here. Oh, I'm looking at my Celestial Buddies over here. I finally brought my Earth one here, so you can actually see my entire collection. Instead of just forgetting that I have Earth. Yeah, so I have Venus, Mars, Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. I want to get Mercury and Pluto and Charon. And then I'm basically done. I'll probably get like the Sun, Polaris, and those eventually, but I just want the planets for the time being. Anyways, I need to end this. I've just been talking for like the past 5 minutes, but some people like that. I don't know. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New Minecraft Let's Plays every single Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time. And good night. Hello there. Actually, it's more of a goodbye. This is my Minecraft outro. Anyways, make sure you subscribe so that we can hit our 10K goal so we can plant 100 trees for subs for trees. Otherwise, stick around for the next 20 seconds to give me that sweet, sweet watch time.